clients that have gone through or are going through a divorce, one of the most common fears is, what are my finances going to look like after this transition? In this video, we're going to discuss what happens to my retirement account after divorce, particularly from the perspective of the spouse that is losing some of their retirement account. My name is Cade Bekanich, founder of Park Lane Financial Group, and in my firm, we strive to help widows and divorcees revitalize their finances after these major life transitions. So let's get into it. When you go through a divorce, one of the last things you'll want to think about is the stress that finances might bring after this new stage of life. So if you're on the side of the divorce to where your retirement account probably got cut in half, this video is for you. Understanding what to do and when with your retirement account after you may have lost some of the balance due to a divorce decree is crucial for personal financial planning. There are two ways to approach this. Some of you may have no retirement plan left whatsoever, and some of you may have a balance left, but it's a fraction of what you've been able to save over your working years. Let's start with those of you who have absolutely no retirement savings after your divorce. The plain and simple of it is, save as much as possible, as soon as possible. Eliminating unnecessary expenses like going out to eat, too large of car payments, and any other lifestyle expenses that you might have got caught having in a two-income household, they have to go now. Begin living below your means. It's not fun, especially having gone through a divorce, but understanding that you need to take the steps necessary to achieve financial freedom will probably put you in a place of discomfort for a while, but the sacrifice will be worth it. Ultimately, the goal is to regain stability and have a clear level of financial certainty moving forward without even having to think about it, which means eliminating these necessary expenses has to be part of the formula. The goal is to live below your means, max out your retirement account to as much as you could possibly afford, and get yourself back on track as soon as possible. And for those of you who've walked away with something in your retirement account, at least be thankful that you're not the person looking at the first half of the video. That being said, even if you have a fraction of your retirement account savings left, it's important to get yourself on track as soon as possible. We need to understand that minimizing unnecessary expenses, just as the guy that has no retirement savings left, is just as important for you in order to save as much as possible as soon as possible. When these assets were split during your divorce, you may have also had to sell your home. If you're the spouse that walked away with the retirement account but without the house, humble yourself for a short period of time by living in a smaller dwelling, having less of a car payment, and spending less on unnecessary things in order to get yourself back on track as soon as possible. The reason I say this so explicitly is because one of the things left in divorce for both parties is lifestyle. You may have had a much different home, cars that were only affordable on two incomes, and have made decisions together because both of your incomes were able to support it. Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. Understanding that you're going from two incomes to one, a different level of savings, and overall a different lifestyle is absolutely necessary to get yourself back on track. One of the major factors to consider in this equation is age. Whether you're 25 and had a very short and bad marriage, or 55 where you've been together for 30 years and it just didn't work out, or anywhere in between, it's important to understand how long you have until retirement in order to make the decisions necessary to achieve that financial comfort. Regardless of your time frame, it's important to understand that finance is habitual. Making saving a habit, spending less a habit, and being more responsible with your finances than you've ever been before is going to take you from point A to point B. Point B being a much more comfortable retirement than what the initial circumstances from your divorce would allow for. We're talking about retirement accounts, specifically ones that come from your employer. That being said, depending on what your income levels are, and of course I don't know your financial situation, so it's not advice, but take into consideration contributing to a Roth IRA. For those of you who don't know what a Roth IRA is a retirement account that's contributed to with after-tax money that grows completely free of tax and is allowed to be distributed from completely free of tax, assuming it meets certain requirements. Meaning if you put $100,000 in over time and it reaches $1 million with stock market growth, that's a true $1 million that you'll be able to rely on through retirement. Regardless of your finances, when you were divorced, and what your circumstances are now, if you or somebody you know could benefit from financial guidance that has gone through a divorce or lost a spouse, click the link in the comments below to schedule your first meeting today.